The Michigan couple that was behind bars in Mexico because of a dispute over payment for their timeshare. They're back home this morning, and Eva Pilgrim is here with the story. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, Rebecca. The couple describing for us what they say was a pretty horrific experience. Separated, kept in cells at some point with 30+ people, sleeping on floors, no running water. This morning, after more than a month in a Mexican jail, they are finally back home.
We're happy to be home. That's how we are.
This morning, a Michigan couple is back on American soil after being held in a Mexican prison for nearly a month over charges from a timeshare dispute.
I literally had a room or a cell that was full of cockroaches, a toilet that didn't work, a sink full of used toilet paper, and a shower that did not work.
Paul Akeo and his wife Christy speaking exclusively to ABC News from their plane shortly after they touched down overnight. The pair were arrested for fraud to a hotel chain shortly after they landed at the airport in Cancun for a family vacation on March 4th.
We were stopped at immigration, which we thought was just normal. And then after waiting, and then a lot of police officers showed up and then eventually told us that we were being arrested for fraud.
They say this all started because they signed up for a timeshare with Palace Resorts. But when the resort didn't allow them to use their time as promised, they disputed the contract and reached out to their credit card company to dispute the charges.
We sent them the information about our contract, what they did, how they breached it. They had 2 to 3 weeks to respond, and they didn't. And so we received all of our money back that we had charged on these credit cards through the dispute process.
But Mexican authorities seeing that refund instead as the cancellation of 13 transactions, which were done maliciously by not recognizing the charges. Thursday, a judge accepting an agreement between the Akeos and the resort company in which the couple will donate their over $116,000 originally contested to a nonprofit in Mexico for orphan children. Congressman Tom Barrett from their home state of Michigan traveling to Mexico and meeting with the couple before bringing them home.
So we reached out to members of their family to engage with them, which then led us to engage with the State Department and the White House. I traveled directly from Washington, D.C. to Cancun, went directly to the prison to meet with them both, and then met with Mexican officials and began the process of negotiating their release.
This morning, Paul and Christy grateful to be back home, surrounded by family.
We are just overwhelmed, and we don't know how to thank everybody.
Yeah, the Akeos told us they are really looking forward to getting some rest, eating a decent meal, and taking a real shower, guys. But they are so grateful to everyone.
Crazy story. Right. And those images and the details are just frightening.
Very scary.
Eva, all right.